president reserves the right to limit a speaker's time. This meeting of the Board of Education is public and is for the purpose of conducting the school district's business. Anyone like to speak?
Hi, I'm Kathleen Hyder, Elizabeth Drive. My daughter sent an inappropriate message last Wednesday. It was brought to my attention in a meeting where I made it clear to the middle school was not to interrogate my children interrogate my child due to the situation not occurring at school. And after being told not to interrogate her, principal decided that they're going to investigate and speak to my daughter anyways. So I asked if it occurs I asked her if it occurred at the school, and she had no response, which is a response. The text exchange occurred on the opposite buses, lasted a total of 10 minutes. She was found to be guilty of harassment, Per your student codes of conduct, the board believes that the best discipline is self-imposed, and that students should learn and to assume responsibility for their own behavior and the consequences of their actions. Board Policy 5600. The consequences of her actions was she told on herself that night. I, as her parent, told her that she had to reach out to the parents and apologize, and I personally tried to call them and sent them messages on Facebook. Hey Grace, I'm very sorry, and I did not mean any of that. My mom said if your dad wants to call with my mom, he can just tell my mom. Again, I'm very sorry, and I promise to leave you and Mac alone. Again, you were right, it's none of my business, and I'm sorry. The same day. And the meeting was the next day where he told you're gonna investigate. Discipline on the board vehicles shall be responsibility of the driver on the regular bus runs, 5600 as well. Your handbook code of conduct does not list in-school restriction as a form of discipline, nor does it list under harassment a 2B, but I'm assuming it's going to be the B on the second paragraph. In order for harassment to occur, it has to occur more than one time. Punishment of harassment is suspension under your code of conduct. 1, misconduct by a student that occurs off school district property but is connected to activities or incidents that have occurred on school district property. I asked you what activity or incident occurred on the bus or school between both the students. All I was told was it caused a disturbance. Page 11, Code of Conduct. First violation of the Code of Conduct may result in a verbal or written warning or reprimand. Skip that. Second, violation of the Code of Conduct may result in verbal or written warning or reprimand, referral to school counselors, parental contact, conference, detention, Friday school, in-school assignment, behavioral, counseling, instruction, community service, emergency removal, referral to law enforcement agency, suspension or expulsion, no in-school restriction as well. She was given in-school restriction, which is not listed above. I contacted the parents, never received a response. They sent her to a school, in school before contacting me. When I already made contact with the administrators who were informed to not interrogate my child in the manner without my supervision, the next day proceeded to finish their investigation and carry out her punishment the same day. When I contested, I was told we already proceeded, oh well, she's in there now. I requested a meeting with the superintendent via phone and email. I was told when I initially called he would meet at 11:30, that's when you'd be available, followed up with his secretary canceling on me with the reason that I don't ever let anyone talk. I've had numerous conversations with Phil Pempin, the previous superintendent. Had absolutely just fine. And I let him talk. I received a scathing email back trying to portray my behavior at a meeting the previous day as inappropriate, which was not used that as a justification to not meet with me. Although I continue and will continue to request a meeting with all of you, I reached out to board members here to help facilitate the meeting, and reached out again to the principal and vice principal to receive the response today, oh well, she's gonna sit in school when she gets back here, basically disregarding my rights as a parent to contest. So no appeal process, and pretty much we'll do what we want. So as a parent, received no evidence of the investigation, no conversation as to why my child is going to be in school, and we are going to shove your kid in a room that day, not tell you that she's in there, no regard to the parents, and we don't owe you, I'll be done in 1 second, and we don't owe you an explanation. That is not okay. We, as the parent, are the sole custody authority, whether they are in school or not. As a school, you need to apply your code of conduct equally with all students. And I am not an unruly person. The school district has tried to portray me the last 2 years. I am an advocate for my child, and the school needs to show more respect and learn to include parents as they are the sole authority of our children. And I do expect a meeting. There's other issues that I need to talk, as well as my autistic son being charged for truancy when you guys aren't marking their absence.
You gotta address us, please.
So that's discrimination, just to let you know. And I do hope the board members address parents. Like, there has to be a solution. If I can't get a hold of the superintendent, I can't address the board. Who do I go to? I mean, I chose